Hi, good morning, all.
Yeah,
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. My screen is visible, right? Is it visible?
no, ma'am. Yeah.
Yeah.
So in between, you can, in some cases, this remote is not working. So due to some technical error, so it is getting hanged frequently. Okay. So if it is hanged, I will again reshare this page over. Okay. So previously we were discussing about what we were discussing about previously. Yesterday class, what we were discussing about. We were discussing
Distinct
about
clauses.
a distinct clauses, DRL or DRL comments over there. That is a data retrieval language or data querying language over there. So we were discussing about the clauses, and yesterday class we were discussing about the distinct clause over there. Right? So what happens to the distinct clause over here? So why we are using this distinct clause here? Why we are using the distinct clause here? To restrict the duplicate records, we are using this distinct clause here, right? So yesterday we came across this. So what happens when we are using this distinct keyword here? So in this particular job, so it's a distinct job. It will remove the duplicate. It will show only one entry over here. Okay. So I'll just execute this entire select statements here. So what happens, it is giving us the output like clerk, salesman, president, manager, trainee. I hope someone has been added one record. So it shows like 15 records. So yesterday itself I observed this. So it is showing 15 records over here. One of the student has been added one record here. Okay. So that it shows as the for us the output as trainee here, also including training. So how this distinct is working? It is removing the or it is restricting the duplicates over here. So manager, we are having how many managers we are having in this particular table here? How many managers we are having? Or how to find out how many managers we are having in this particular table? So how to write the select clause here? In this particular table, in our EMP table, under the job manager, so how to find out how many employees are working under the job manager? How to write a simple select clause here?
Select star from EMP where MGR.
EMP, where MGR. MGR is a column. So where we should mention like job is equals to
Job is equals to manager.
manager. Right.
Job is
Manager. Under job only we are having the manager over here, right?
Manager.
So control enter. So what happens here? It is giving you 3 count over here. The count it is 3. 3 employees are working under the manager over here. So when we are using this distinct job from EMP table, what happens? It is restricting the duplicate over here and shows only one entry. So under job, it is only one manager. So like that, when we are using this distinct, this is how we use this distinct clause over here. Same way, distinct, select distinct the department number from our EMP table. So what will be the output here? In our table, we are having department number 10, 20.
Department number it displays.
Only the department numbers, right? So it shows like 10, 20, 30 here. Again, for the e-name column, if you're going to select the e-name column here, now what happens to the e-name column? The e-name, we don't have any duplicates over there, right? So how many entry I can find here while executing this select clause? Each one is having different e-names over there. So obviously I will get How many?
All the records.
All the records, whatever in my table I'm get. So there is 15 records. So you can able to get all the 15 records over here, right? Same way now, select distinct commission from EMP table. So in under the CMP table, so we are having the commission column over here. So what happens here? We are having null, we are having 1. So remaining it is 2000 over here. Again, we are having commission. So we are having commission 1000 over here, 2000 we are having null over here. So what will be the output here? We are using select distinct commission here. So whether it will include null?
Yes, ma'am.
It will include, right? So what happens here? Including null, it will show you the output over here. So null we are having 1 entry, 1000 we are having, 2000 we are having. So this is how we use this distinct clause over here, right? So any doubts in this using this distinct clause? Distinct means it is used to restrict the duplicate records over here. Including null, you can able to see the records, right? So next we are having a next data dictionary over here. So yesterday, if you have gone through the notes, you can able to understand that. So this is a simple example. So I'm not going to execute this. So you create one table and then you add some rows into the table. So where you are having some duplicates entries also into the, for example, you're creating one student table. Okay, in your student table, we are having like it is the serial number and a student name, like that. You're creating one table and you're adding some 4 rows into it. After in that 4 rows, you are having some duplicates over here. So how to use this distinct? When you're using this select distinct the roll number from the student table, it will show the output over here. So if you're using the remote desktop, you can go and you can execute this particular table over there, right? So next, so I have shared you entire notes itself yesterday. Okay. So next we are having this already we are going to create a table from the existing table. So we all know. So when you're going to create from the existing table, we'll write the condition like where 1 is equals to 1 over there, or we will write the condition like 1 is equals to 2 according to the requirement. So when we're not giving any condition over there, obviously whatever records you're having in your base table, same records you will find in your new table, right? That is the existing there's an existing table. I want in my new table. So we are using this syntax over here. So create table, table name as select star from the existing table here. So this we know. Again, I'm going to create another table where I want to copy the structure over here. So where we are writing the condition like where 1 is equals to 2 here. So only the structure of the existing table I can able to copy, right? So again, where 1 is equals to 1, it's going to give the same set of records only, whatever you are having in your existing table. So with this, we already discussed earlier, right? So next we are having a next data dictionary. So this will be very useful in our real time over there. So how to find out the columns in the base table over here? So what do you mean by base table? What do you mean by base table here? So base table is already underlying table in the database, right? Underlying table or existing table in the database over here. Those are called as the base table. I want to find out the count, the number of columns over here. What is the number of columns this particular table is containing? So where I'm using this data dictionary. This data dictionary is all underscore table underscore columns over here. So that we mentioned shortly like all underscore tab underscore columns here. Okay. So where we are using this count, it is the aggregate function over here. So under count, we are specifically mentioning one column name. So where we are using the select count column underscore name from all underscore tab underscore columns here, where the where condition, what is that? It is the object here is a table. So table underscore name where it is EMP, and we are telling the owner it is apps over here. Okay, so where this is the data dictionary. All underscore tab columns, this is a data dictionary or the system catalog over here, right? So while executing, what happens here? It is going to show you what is the exact count. So how it is how it's showing the count here. For the columns, it is showing. So in our EMB table, we are having 8 columns over there. I want the count. So where we are using this data dictionary over here. If you're going to give like select count to the column underscore name from all underscore column, all underscore tab underscore columns. Now what happens here? If you're going to stop up to the from clause itself, what type of output will I get? If I'm executing like select count column underscore name from all underscore tab underscore columns, what will be the output for me now? Any idea about it? Previously we discussed or not previously?
Only count column will display.
Only count column, how it shows like the count like 1963, 522 over here, 520 records here. How it is showing the count? It is counting the entire table columns over there, right? So when we're using select star from all underscore tab underscore columns, what happens in the data dictionary here? Select star from all underscore tab underscore columns. So now what happens in this data dictionary when I'm executing the select statement here? So what
All
happens
the
here?
tables.
All the tables, not only myself, right? I'm the user. I am using under the apps user over here. So not only my user, you can able to see all the users, whoever created the table when we're using this data dictionaries like all underscore tab underscore columns here. So obviously when we're using the select the count the column underscore name over here, so that what happens? So whatever table you are created, so you can able to see not only our user, you can able to see the sys user, you can able to see the Scott user also in between apps over. So overall it is counting these are the table names over here, right? So overall it is calculating entire columns and it is going to give you the count here. When we are using it like select count column underscore name from all underscore tab underscore columns, right? So that only it is showing entire count over here. So I don't want the entire count. So where I'm giving the where condition over here. So where I'm giving the where condition over here. So I'll just execute this. I'll just execute now. So where I'm giving the where condition here, like table underscore name, where it is EMP and the owner it is apps over here. So in case if you're going to stop with only one table, like where table underscore name is equals to EMP over here. So now what happens in this case here? You're not extending your where condition. Okay, just you're mentioning like table underscore name where it is EMP. So that means what happens? It will show only that my table, or it will show entire table. Who and all the user has been created the EMP table. Those record I can find, or only entire user records. Not only under the user apps over here. So we are having another user like sys also. He also might be created one EMP table. Another user like Scott, he also might be created the EMP table over here. So obviously what happens when you're executing this, it shows me the count as 16. So how it is showing the count as 16? That means another user also has been created the same table over here. In that case only, we are extending our query here like where we are mentioning the table underscore name is EMP and owner is apps over here. So obviously what happens according to the owner apps, whatever table he created, that is the EMP table, what is the count over here? So the count, obviously the count is 8 column over here. So we are having 8 columns like EMP number, e-name, job, MGR, hire date, next salary, commission, and department number. So totally it is the count here. So to find out, so in real time, when you're using joins, so we'll use this data dictionary, all underscore tab underscore columns here. So you can able to see the difference here. When you're not giving any the owner name over here, obviously it is calculating whatever tables we are having. According to that, it is showing the count over here, right? So when you're using the count, it is showing again on the count also you are using the condition, exact condition, table underscore name is EMP and the owner is apps. According to that, it is showing you the count here. Okay. So you are having another example also like MTL systems underscore items P. This is also another table where we'll be using under the inventory. This is related to inventory. So MTL is nothing but the material over here. Okay, MTL, whenever any table starting with MTL means it is related to material. Material means automatically the inventory table over here. So here you can able to see select count where we mention like column underscore name from all underscore tab underscore columns here where table underscore name is equals to MTL underscore systems underscore items P and owner is equals to inventory over here, IVN. So obviously what happens here, it is giving you the count over here. The count is 400 over here, right? So the owners you can able to, that is apps, here it is inventory. So this is the important data dictionary over here. Okay. Same thing, we are having another data dictionary also. Suppose we want to find the column, exact column name. I don't want the count. I don't want the count, but I want the column name one by one. So how we can use the data dictionary here is that select the column underscore name here from all underscore tab. Same data dictionaries only, columns. So where we are giving the where condition. So same condition over here. So where table name is equals to EMP over here. Or you can give a table name like PU underscore headers or I'll give that table name. Okay. Columns over here. So where table name is equals to PO underscore headers underscore all. So why we are using this means in our real time, you will be using joins under joins. So where under the two table, we'll be finding what is the common column between them. Exactly, we don't know. Okay. So how to find out where we use this data dictionaries over here. So select the column underscore name over here. So where it is all underscore tab underscore columns here, where table underscore name it is PO underscore headers all here. So what happens here, you can able to see the entire list over here, the entire column list over here, right? So if you are going to give any, if you are going to make any mistake over here, like instead of column names, I mentioned a columns underscore names over here. So what happens in that case here? You can able to see like it is going to throw an error like it's an invalid identifier over here. So why specifically I'm telling you to mention only the column names? As I told, if you want to find one column, okay. So where we are mentioning the column like submit underscore date over here. So this is the column. So how to find out under which base table it is? Under which base table it is? How to find out here? Otherwise, can we write like where column underscore name is equals to submit underscore date here? I want to find out this column. Under which table it containing. So how to find? In general, how to find out? We're getting one idea, right? So how to use this data dictionaries? My requirement is we are having one column like submit underscore date over here. Okay, I want to find out this column belongs to which table or how many table is containing the same columns over here. How to write the data dictionary here? How to use the data dictionaries here now? So in this, we just executed by using PU underscore headers all table. We found out, okay, we are having some columns here. That column, one column I picked. Okay. So just don't keep this PU underscore headers in mind. Okay. Just this is your requirement. Our requirement is we are having one column, submit underscore date. So we need to find out under which base table this column is containing. How we can use our data dictionary here. These are the data dictionaries, all underscore tab columns over here. So how to write now? How to use that? So whether I can write like select column underscore name where all underscore table under tab underscore columns here, where column underscore name is equals to submit underscore date. Can I use that data dictionaries here? Where column underscore name is equals to, so where we are mentioned like submit underscore date here. Can I use this?
Yes.
You want to find out this column belongs to which. So what happens obviously here? So when we are using this, you can able to find how many or this entire columns, how many tables it is containing here. So where there we are having 62 records over here. Now I want to find out. So each and every submit underscore date column belongs to one table over there, one base table over here, right? So here we are having 62 rows over there. Okay. So now how to find out which this submit underscore date belongs to which table? Again, submit underscore date belongs to which table? Like that, 62 entries we are having like that. It is related to 62 tables here. So how to extend our query here? How to find out what is the particular for the first one, what is the base table over here? How to find out now? Can anyone try this? You can able to understand, right? So this is the column over here, the column. I want to find out which under which particular tables this column is containing. So that what happens here, I wrote one data dictionary over here. I wrote one select clause also here, like select column underscore name from all underscore tab underscore columns here, where column underscore name is equals to submit underscore date over here. Okay. So how to extend here? So we are having one, if I am going to mention like where table underscore name is equals to PO underscore headers all. Obviously what happened, it will show only one under this particular table over there, right? So if I want to find out if they're telling the requirement is that this particular column belongs to the PO tables over here. So under the PO tables, purchase order tables, what are the tables we are having? Under purchase order, what are the tables we are having? Yesterday I discussed, right? Under purchase order, what are the tables we can so not only PO underscore headers all, we are having another table like PO underscore lines all, PO underscore lines locations all. Like that, we are having some tables over here. So obviously this submit underscore date is belong to the PO only. Okay, so I'm going to write the condition over here like where table underscore name is equals to. So here I'm going to give like percentage over here. So okay, percentage means, so you'll be coming across the operators here. Percentage here means it is going to represent multiple characters over here when you're using this percentage. Okay, so where I'm using percentage, again O, so where I'm using this underscore over here, again percentage, single quotes here. Okay, so you just observe here, what is the change here? So now you can able to see when I'm not using with only the table name, it is showing me all the column names over here, right? So when I'm using with the table name like percentage O underscore percentage, percentage means it is going to replace multiple characters over here. Any characters it can be. Okay. So underscore means like that we are having underscore. Underscore here, it is going to represent only one character over here. So control enter.
Table
Yeah.
spelling.
Table spelling and semicolon. I just okay. So you can just observe here. So what happens in this here? It shows like a column name. I mentioned column underscore name also, where I'm given like it is submit underscore date, but it is not showing me anything. So first you observe this when using this percentage over here. So select column underscore name from all underscore tab underscore columns here, where table name is equals to percentage. Oh, I have given here again percentage over here. Just a second, it is not showing. Just a second. Yes, you given the PR and you just execute. Just a second. Select. So have you getting an idea about that another data dictionary previously we used, right? So about the DBA objects, select star from DBA objects over here. So what do you mean by this DBA objects? We also came across this, right? Any idea about it? So you should use one thing. So whenever we just one second. So whenever you're using this percentage over here, percentage or underscore. So percentage, it is going to represent multiple characters over here. Underscore, it is going to represent one character over here. Okay. So where we are using, when you're using this percentage and underscore, you're going to use, instead of equal to, you're going to use this like operator over here. Then only it will work. So you can able to see. So under the table name, so where I mentioned the P percentage. So P percentage means P, any character it can be. So it can be a PO table, or anything it can be. Okay, so here we mentioned like table name like P underscore P percentage. Percentage means, as I told, any characters over it can be a PA or it can be PO over here. Okay, like that, any characters it can be. So underscore, it is going to represent one character over there. So suppose it is from the PO underscore headers over here. This is the table. I'm not entering this entire table over here. Okay. So where I'm using the like operator. So where I'm writing only the first character over here. For the second one, I'm using this percentage. So percentage means obviously any number of characters here. Okay. Again, underscore. Underscore means it is going to represent one character over here. So next it's the headers. For this headers over here, entire headers, I'm using only percentage over here. So as I told, percentage represent multiple characters here. Okay. So how it is executing here? So now we are selecting only the column name over here from all underscore tab underscore columns where table name like. So where under the table name like whatever the table starting with P, any number of characters, what are the column names? So that column names it is giving here, right? Same way I'm going to mention the same query over here. So where I'm extending, where I'm using it like AND operator along with column underscore name like submit underscore date over here. Okay, so now execute this. So now what happens here? Again, it is showing me only the column names over here. So when we are writing like table underscore name also, it is showing me all the columns only here. So now again, if you're going to check here, so what is the count over here? It shows 30. So previously it was showing only the column underscore name where it is submit underscore date alone. It was showing 62. So now what happens here? According to the fetch, according to the condition here, table like PO, or you can mention PO also. So where I mentioned P percentage over here. So like that, we are having multiple tables. So under the tables, now you can able to see the count here. It shows the count as only 30 row. So any doubts in this up to this? Any doubts you are having here? Or I'm anywhere past here? So you can see the difference, right? Previously, I'll just show you the reference again also if you want. So where you're using this data dictionaries like all underscore tab over here. So it shows me entire table columns, right? So where you mentioned column name. So where again the condition is table underscore name like P percentage over here. So whatever we are having multiple tables over here. It can be PO tables. We can, in case if you're having PO tables, base tables, 120 tables over there, another 10 tables over there. So where we are having the column name like submit underscore date. So where we want to find out. So how we are finding out? We are writing the condition here, table underscore name like PO percentage over. In case if you're going to give PO also, so where you're mentioning PO here, okay. So here you are mentioning percentage here. Okay, so where I'm mentioning percentage, so where I'm giving like column underscore name is equals to submit underscore date over here. So obviously what happens, it will show all the column which is containing submit underscore date related to the PO tables, right? So, but I want to find out, now tell me how to find out the table name along with the table name over here. How we can find the table name? Anybody wants to try in this query itself? How we can find the table name? Now we are getting the count came to 30, right? So where we are giving the condition table name like PO underscore PO percentage. So like that we are having multiple tables. So it is giving us the count as 30 now. So how to find another column also, one table column here. So can we mention like table underscore name, comma column underscore name here? Can we mention like that? Can we mention or not?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
We can mention, right? So just observe here, we just add one more column like table underscore name here. Control enter. So now what happens here? Obviously, you can able to check, right? So how it is executing. If you want the table name, you can able to see this column belongs to PO headers all. Again, we are having PO headers underscore achieve all, PO underscore draft all, PO underscore release all. So here, so you'll be having one another thing also. How means, so here it is showing like column names like under PO table itself, it shows like submit underscore date, it shows the count as 30 rows it is showing. So how we know it is related to only the base table or not? So in case you writing one query and you are getting the query and you're getting the answer, like instead of taking this PO table, you're taking directly this POBG underscore purchase contracts over here. So that means this table does not belong to PO table. Only these tables are belongs to the PO tables over there. Right? Have you understood the concept, how it is working? So I want to get only the PO tables over here. How I can change the data dictionaries now? I want to get only the PO tables over here. So PO table itself, you can able to see it is PO underscore headers all, PO underscore over here. So those are the PO tables. So these are not the PO tables over here. So how to find out only PO tables here? How to change my condition here? I commonly mention